October 17th.
October 17th, 2013, it was voted on here in public.
No, it was brought up after it was decided somewhere else.
No,
I
it was
recall
voted.
that. It was voted after you guys met somewhere to discuss that.
No, it was voted.
We're just going to go and I'm just telling you.
Well,
what I'm
let me say
saying to you
this.
is,
Nothing happens legally here unless it's voted on in a public session, and that's what occurred.
we need more transparency with this board, and what's happened is every time someone comes on, someone's leaving. I've been around boards, and I've never seen 4 people in a matter of months leave when a new board comes on. And that's a concern I have, and the school should have a concern about it too.
I'm very concerned about it.
Well, what are you going to do to correct it?
I can tell you I'm not going anywhere. And I can tell you a lot of our opinions. I can tell you that the individuals who have left for their own reasons, and we've tried to do an exit interview and get feedback from those individuals regarding that. And I don't want to speak as a sole person. If anybody else up here has any comment on it, feel free to speak on it now.
Remember back last September, we had spoken publicly at meetings that you weren't at. I stood here and asked about
No,
how
I missed one
Excuse me.
meeting. I missed one
Excuse
meeting.
me. You missed a lot of meetings going back. Okay, that we've been here for a long time now.
This is
Mr.
after,
Sandberg.
go ahead.
But going back, we've asked how they got to the 9. We did exit interviews with people that just left the board. And we were told point blank that the board was stacked by people on the outside. We did not drive anybody off. If you think I have the power to drive a judge and a former police captain off the board, it ain't happening. I don't have that kind of power to drive off a judge off the board. And these parents don't have the same thing. We've been voted here by the parents, and we're not leaving. We're doing the best thing for the
Well, I haven't
school.
asked you to leave yet.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just sitting here voicing my opinion about a couple
No,
things.
we're just saying, you're asking, what are we gonna do about make sure
You just-
nobody else leaves?
Okay, you just brought something up which just reminded me of something. The P.O. box. Why does the board need a P.O. box?
Because someone had said that they sent something to the high school here that said to the board of directors, and we never received it.
But we have a website. It can easily be, something could be sent if they need to get through to somebody here.
And where does that go?
It goes into school.
Okay, if someone wants to address something to the board and doesn't want it to go to the school, is that just another way of we allow the parents and the staff and the students to communicate with the
Right.
board?
Now, that-
That's all that is.
wait a minute. That post office, to me, seems like we're going to divert mail to you guys solely. I mean, who's paying for the post office box?
The school,
The school's paying for it. Wouldn't it be considered the school's property? There's two keys with the box, correct?
correct.
Yes.
Okay, who has the 2 keys?
Members
I
of the
have the
board.
2 keys.
Okay, why doesn't the school have the key?
Because it's for the Board of Trustees.
Well, I think the school's part of you guys as well. I mean,
It absolutely
You're all
is.
supposed to be working together. Apparently,
All right,
it's
let me
not
make
happening.
this comment.
That is the goal, John.
And we are
Very
striving to
frustrating.
work
Yes.
together.
Very frustrating.
Yeah.
Let me make this comment.
That is the goal.
For people who've been here a long time, there was a period of time when the board, a single person on the board, ran this entire operation. We do not want to ever go back to that. That board feels strongly about that. The other issue is, there were some times where we found out that the administration might have had too much to say over the affairs of the board. And I'm not going to say anything more about that, other than this board believes that the proper administration of this school is a check and a balance between the Board of Trustees and the administration. We should work together to achieve the best for our students, our faculty, and staff, but we should also be a check and a balance for each other. There should not be a school where a board, particularly a single person on a board, runs the entire
You
operation.
make a good point about that. You're talking about years ago, there was one individual controlling it. Now it seems like 3 are beginning to control it, and that's a concern I have. And it's very clear to me that with everybody leaving, there's got to be an issue with you guys. There's got to be an issue, whether it's one voice or 3. It's the same thing, and that's a scary thing if that ever happens again with this school, that we go
Well, I
down
can
that
tell you
same
that I am not.
Can I address the board?
I'm a lot shorter than George. I don't have the power to push anybody off this board, trust me. People left of their own accord. And to tell you the truth, we weren't happy to see him go, particularly the last individual who resigned last week. I'm sorry, Marie McClay.
Marie McClay. I have worked in quite a few universities in Philadelphia where there is a compliance hotline that is confidential, where employees can call and they can address issues regarding whether it's ethical issues, legal issues, because they may not feel safe in their environment. And one of the things that I can let you know is that in every environment, there are people that don't feel. There are power and control issues in every work environment, and I don't care where you work, they exist. And it is legal, and it's safe, and it's considered good practice to have some type of a hotline or some type of a forum where people can call and report improprieties. If they feel that I commit something with a patient that's improper and they don't feel like they have the power to come up against me, or a physician, or a professor, or a board member, or a principal, where they don't feel safe enough to have an outlet for their opinion, there needs to be something free of any of those powers that's considered safe and confidential. You know that, and I know that, because I can guarantee you your bank has it. And if they don't, then I'm not sure it will be ranked with the top 10. Well, I'm still speaking, thank you very much. So if people need, and I'm just gonna say this, I have never seen this many people. Can I just ask a question? How many people were personally asked to come tonight by administration? Personally received a phone call. You don't even have to answer it. I've never seen this comprehensive of a report given on video camera.
Well, I did this last
I'm
month.
still addressing
Go ahead.
people. I've never seen this many people attend. I've never seen this comprehensive of a report. In fact, for quite a while, and many of us have been doing this for many years, got bored because nothing was discussed out there. There is more transparency out here now, and I get more information for what's going on with the home and school and everything else. And I thank people for that.
Oh,
But
we need people out
back to
here.
the compliance
We need
issue.
parents.
If you don't feel secure in your environment to be able to go to your administration with issues, then you need to give people a forum for that. So the reason for a PO box, because people can go to Larry with their issues. They can address it and he can bring it to the board. Suppose somebody's not comfortable with him. Suppose somebody has something to say that can't be addressed there because there'll be retribution, because that's power and control. And that exists everywhere. I'm not even making a personal comment. That is perfectly acceptable in professional practice. This is a form of a professional practice.
But Marie, Lisa Callahan, if that all being true, it should be a third party and not the board then. It should be neither of them that has control of that. If that's, again, power and control. So you need to take it away from both of them and a third party would handle that.
So are the lawyers, so here's the question, has anybody stopped to ask it? Maybe it's the lawyer stopping to pick up those things. And maybe that's something that then people can give feedback, because nobody's perfect, right? If everybody wants to buzz in people's ears about what's going on but not address it here, and your board people took the stance to sit up there and do it, and believe me, I'm living on the other end. If I really committed my household to 25 hours a week for the Philadelphia Academy School Board meeting, and confidentiality aside, you know what? There is nowhere you can go you don't hear the other side. If you people want to make comments, then you stand up and make your comments. But don't sit up here and fry a board for putting themselves and their families out here, because we are here because we like the
No, we're
place.
not frying a board. I'm not frying a board. I'm
I don't
asking
mind being
questions.
fried.
All right.
I think his position, he's supposed to be able to deal with this when we have questions. And that's
Absolutely.
all fairness.
That is what I appreciate.
Let me just say this about the post office box. That Doris Nielsen is the board secretary, holds the two keys. People in the school community wanted a way to communicate with the board. We set up the PO box. I know there's other ways you can do it. That's what we chose to do. Doris goes by daily and checks it. And I can tell you, as of today's board meeting, I think we've received the menu from a Chinese restaurant, right? And that's about all, college. Oh, well, college, an application for one of our kids to go to college. So, I mean, we're not doing anything devious.
I'd like to make a public comment.
Please identify yourself.
My name is Mike Tuckerman. I've been coming to these board meetings for years and years and years. And I can say that this is the first time that a board's in place that I finally feel comfortable that the tough questions are being asked that make this a better school for all our children. And it's very easy for everyone to become compliant when the board and administration are all towing the same line. But sometimes difficult questions need to be asked, and that makes people uncomfortable. But that's what makes this school a better place. So I want to thank you guys for working hard on that.
Thank you. Anything else on your?
Yeah, I have another one, actually. I've been hearing for the past week that you guys want to replace Larry Sperling. Can you comment on that?
There are discussions, we had discussions tonight, we had discussions last week regarding the renewal of the CEO's contract that is up in in June, and I don't believe that discussion should happen here in public. That's one of the personnel matters that needs to be handled in executive session. That's why there is the exemption in the sunshine law.
As far as what, commenting on what you plan to do?
Yes.
Okay. I think as parents and even your faculty should have a voice in the reason, to stand up and say, this is what this man's done for this school. I can't see what he hasn't done that he lacks doing, that you won't renew his contract, you're looking for somebody. I don't see that. He's done a lot for this school.
Yeah.
And from day one. I remember 7 years ago when this school was almost bankrupt. And this school now is doing very well. And there's no issues with him. I just think it's personal things with certain board members that they want him out. And I don't think he should be out. I think he should stay here, okay, because he's done a good job.
Donna McDevitt, I'd also like to add to that as far as, just not just financially, but when the media was tearing down this school, Larry was the positive influence through the media, through the parents, through the students that kept this school very strong. And the kids, my kid, who's personally affected, who has graduated from here, okay, was proud to be a Charger, and also proud that this man stood up for everybody around him.
Can somebody define well?
Yes.
David Brown, a history teacher here. I'd just like to add on to what they're saying as well. I'm a history teacher and a basketball coach, and not only have we dug ourselves out of this hole, I can honestly say that we've grown academically by leaps and bounds, whereas at one time, this school was just looked at as a place to, kind of come to if you didn't have any other place to come. And now we have people that are coming here, students that are dying to get in here to come to and be in our classrooms and be a part of the programs, whether it be the AP programs that we've added, the elective courses that we've added, the technology pieces that we've added, the athletic programs that have grown. And yes, that's a lot to do with the coaches and the teachers, but it's all been fostered through his stewardship to give us the autonomy, to give us the support, and the structure. It's not always just a yes. And I can say that I've been in other charter schools. I've been a teacher for 12 years, and I've seen a very similar situation happen where we had a veteran CEO leave us, and there was a lot of turmoil. There was a lot of teacher turnover, student turnover, and it was a really, really bad period. And I actually resigned from that school without even having another job because, I just didn't even want to be a part of it. And I was really disenchanted from teaching overall until I found this place. And Larry had a lot to do with that, and he still does. We've been going nowhere but up in every
Absolutely.
regard that we've done. All we hear is gossip and rumors, and the only thing we've ever heard is that the board might want to take another direction. I can't imagine what other direction we want to go with the continued path that we have. And I'd just like to see it continue. It has a lot to do with them.
For the record, my name is Robert High. I'm a culinary teacher here. I've been here for 9 years from the beginning. And I would just like to say I've been through we all, as a staff member, first of all, I'd like to answer one question is, I guarantee I wasn't asked to be here. I have a lot more other things I'd like to do. I even gave up a party at my granddaughter's house to be here tonight. That being said, we've come a long way. The direction that Mr. Spurling has taken this is unbelievable. In fact, if it wasn't for Mr. Spurling and his reputation, there would still be padlocks on these doors, and your kids would go in other schools. They wouldn't even have the privilege of coming here. So we have a lot to give to him for that. My concern was this, is the fact that from an organization standpoint, when you as a board, as a composite board, get together, and all of a sudden, one after another leaves, what direction are you guys on to? We're not going anywhere. We're going forward. Philadelphia Academy is on the map. People recognize that for a lot of different levels. Yet the board members seem like there's this unity. You're not on the same page. You're not going to follow. You're not in the right direction. And as a grandfather, as a teacher here, as a staff member, I'm concerned about that, and that's why I came here tonight.
My name's Howard Dietz. I'm the carpentry teacher in high school. And like Bob said, I personally could be somewhere else. My father just passed away, and my family's taking care of everything. But I felt this was very important to be here. I went through, just like Dave Brown, I was at another school where we went through a situation where the board basically took over and removed the CEO, who did nothing but positive things for the school. I was here from the very beginning with the previous administration that we almost shut the doors on. I knew the CEO personally, and I can tell you from experience of having 13 years as a teacher, that Mr. Spurling, above them all, has taken us in the right direction. Again, if you look back from the beginning, from when we started, from all the turmoil of the previous administration, look at our test scores, look at our technology, look at the classes that are offered now, just look at the morale of the staff. I can only speak to this building because I'm in this building, but I mean, I wouldn't be here on the night when I should be home with my family if it wasn't important to me, and I need to speak up.
My name is Ruth Pichardo Torres. Even though I haven't been here since the beginning, my son started in middle school. And honestly, my daughter went to another charter school downtown, and it does not even compare to what this school is doing for their students. What bothers me the most is the fact that my son comes home very frustrated with the board. As you know, he's a sophomore now, and he feels that they're not able to do certain things because the board is putting a stop to a lot of activities within the school. And the fact that the talk about Larry being dismissed from the school, or trying to be replaced and whatnot, it kind of bothers him. He's come to love this school. He's thrived. I am more than beyond grateful for the staff of this school. They have great teachers. Everywhere I go, I always talk about this school because it is a great school. So I don't know. Sometimes the kids' words kind of get lost in translation, and sometimes they don't get taken into consideration. They need to be listen out more about what they want to do with the school and what they want to see with the school. So it's just a suggestion out there. Like I said, I really love this school. I don't want to see it. My son wasn't going here when all the issue went on, and I was a little hesitant when they did call him, because I applied for other charter schools. But I gave it a try, and I am not disappointed so far until, all this hoopla about people quitting and whatnot. It's just a little worrisome for me. I just don't want to see my son having not to finish here.
Mr. Anarino?
Thank
is Charles Anarino. I'm a dean of students at the high school. I've been here for 10 years, and I've taught for 14 years. Ms. McClay, to answer your question as to why I'm here tonight, I'm here because I hear a lot of rumor and conjecture. That's why I'm here. This place, to me, is my home. I come here every day, and I give all that I have to your children. I give all that I have to my friends and my staff members here. And I can truly say that I love it here. And a large part of that has to do with Larry's leadership here. All right, I hear a lot of rumors that are happening, and that's all they are at this point of rumors. That's why I'm here. I'm here firsthand to figure it out and to hear for myself. This is my home, and I don't consider everybody here best of friends, but I can say that I consider the people that I work with on a daily basis and the parents I deal with on a regular basis family. And it would really throw a wrench into this organization to change leadership at this point when we are on an upward arc. And that much is very clear. I don't think you can talk to a staff member that's here tonight that would disagree that this place is on an arc upward, and it's continuing to go upward. I was at another charter school where they changed leadership midstream, and I left that place without a job. I was working construction as a certified history teacher, and I found here, and I liked it a lot. I had other offers to teach other places, but I wanted to be here. I live in Delaware. I commute an hour a day each way to come here. And I really feel like it would be a major mistake at this point to make any sort of change to the CEO of this organization. Again, I say this just based on rumor. I don't know what's said in those executive sessions. The question was asked directly by, I believe, Mr. Sanabor, and it wasn't answered directly for different reasons.
Yeah, what question's that?
That he asked about Mr. Sperling's future here at the school.
Yeah,
You
I
said
don't
it didn't
think
apply
it's
to his
appropriate.
sunshine. I just said why.
What's that?
I said why, and you said it does. That does. You don't have to tell me because it's sunshine. That was your response.
Well, it's not just me, it's the board collectively feels that personnel matters should not be discussed in public, and it's a basic tenet of any board anywhere.
Well, it's nothing. But there's nothing about discipline or anything going on. I mean, there's a reason to ask why. Why does the board have the view that we should change CEOs? Why? I see a school that's surviving, that's doing great than what it was.
It's a phenomenal school.
It seems to me that the problem is maybe a half dozen people that have a personal grudge against them have started this whole thing. And I see it now since I've been coming here.
Can I ask for clarification?
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Let me just-
Now, let him have the floor.
That's okay. But so that's why I'm here is because a lot of it's based on rumor and conjecture. And you know, one of the things that I do like about the new board from the past was that transparency was very obvious. We seem to be on the same page. And that's all that we ask, I think, moving forward, is that the testimony of people here be taken into consideration, teachers and parents alike, as well as evidence of where we're at as a school and where we're heading and where we continue to go toward. So anyway, I just wanted to make it note that this isn't an experiment. This is home for a lot of us, and we pour everything we have into it. And I think you'll find that a lot of us really value and enjoy working here and appreciate the direction that this school's heading.